Docks Marine opens 7 days a week from 8 to 5. Sales, rental, service, all in one place. It's at Docks Marine, 5803 Eichard Ridge Road.
Hello and welcome into the WHKY News. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd. I'm Ralph Mangum. The WHKY News is on over-the-air TV every weekday on channel 14.2, or if you prefer, you can find us online, WHKY.com, and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, with details on a triple murder case in Catawba County that resulted in an arrest, here's WHKY's Rob Eastwood.
Maiden police responded to a residence and found multiple individuals deceased from gunshot wounds. There was also a juvenile in the home who was unharmed. Police found the suspect in Lincoln County. There were multiple agencies involved in his arrest. He was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility without bond following the arrest. 27-year-old Isaac Nathaniel Christenberry of the Lincoln County community of Iron Station was arrested Tuesday by Maiden police. He's charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder. Shortly before 7:45 p.m. Tuesday, Maiden police responded to a reported shooting at a residence on P.J. McCree Road in Maiden. Arriving officers found 3 deceased adults with gunshot wounds. Also in the residence at the time of the shooting was a juvenile who was unharmed. Within an hour of the initial call, law enforcement officers received information about the suspect's whereabouts. The suspect and his vehicle were found just outside the town of Maiden in Lincoln County. With the assistance of the North Carolina State Highway Patrol and the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, the suspect was taken into custody. Following the arrest, Christenberry was placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility here in Newton without bond. He was awaiting a Wednesday court appearance. The investigation is continuing by the Maiden Police Department, the Catawba County Sheriff's Office, and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. Reporting from the Catawba County Justice Center in Newton, I'm Rob Eastwood, WHKY News.
Thank you, Rob. After Rob recorded that piece, we received additional information from the Maiden Police Department. Following notification of next of kin, the identities of the victims have been released. The deceased are 28-year-old Jenna Lynn Cox, 61-year-old Cindy Marie Cox, and 61-year-old Charles Kevin Cox, all from Maiden. According to Maiden police investigators, the suspect, Isaac Christenberry, had previously been in a dating relationship with Jenna Lynn Cox. Investigators say the incident may have stemmed from a dispute between Jenna Cox and Christenberry. Christenberry reportedly acted alone in the commission of the murders. Certainly our condolences to the family and loved ones. The North Carolina State Board of Elections has released information regarding unsolicited text messages. WHKY's Arianna Mack has more.
According to the North Carolina State Board of Elections, election officials across North Carolina are fielding numerous complaints from voters about unsolicited text messages they are receiving that state. A voter at a residential address may not have voted. Vote here, and then they enter the website address. The website listed on these messages is the State Board of Elections Early Voting Site Search, which provides county-by-county early voting sites and schedules. However, the State Board of Elections does not send out mass text messages to voters about any topic. This election season, election officials have received many questions and complaints from voters about these and other unsolicited messages. This is not unusual. They are likely to continue through Election Day, November 5th. Such efforts typically are legal, but they can be confusing or frustrating for voters, especially when they are unsolicited. Below are a few tips and information for voters who receive text messages and other unsolicited communications about elections and voting. Get accurate information about elections from state and county election officials. The state board's website is ncsbe.gov. In-person early voting is available now statewide. You can also register to vote at any early voting site. For location and hours in your county, see the early voting site search. The State Board of Elections and County Board of Elections do not send text messages asking you to vote. They often come from political or advocacy groups. If you receive election-related text messages that you believe may be fraudulent, a scam, or provide inaccurate information about how, when, or where to vote, please send an email with a screenshot along with any other pertinent information to elections.sboe@ncsbe.gov. Do not attempt to vote again if you get a text message saying you have not yet voted when you know you have already voted. Groups sending these text messages may not be using up-to-date information about your vote. Voting twice in an election is a crime. For guidance regarding political text and robocalls and information about how to file a complaint, see the Federal Communications Commission's rule for political campaign calls and texts. Much more information at WHKY.com. I'm Arianna Mack for WHKY.
Thank you, Arianna. As part of the disaster assistance process, FEMA must determine ownership and occupancy of damaged primary residences. There are several ways North Carolinians who were affected by Tropical Storm Helene can provide the required documentation. Homeowners must provide official documentation such as an original deed or deed of trust to the property, a mortgage statement or escrow analysis, a property tax receipt or property tax bill, a manufactured home certificate or title, or property insurance documentation. Additional information, including documentation needed for proof of occupancy, is posted at WHKY.com. Send proof of ownership or occupancy to FEMA at disasterassistance.gov. Citizens may also apply in person at a disaster recovery center or DRC. To find the nearest DRC, visit fema.gov/DRC or call 800-621-3362. In the crime report today, 2 Lincoln County suspects are jailed for trafficking fentanyl and meth, with bond for each set at more than $500,000. In local sports, Jason has volleyball from our high schools and from Caldwell Community College, plus CVCC basketball and LR golf. In Community Focus, Sarah Killian has our weekly update from the city of Hickory, including some Halloween events and the details on an upcoming hazardous waste disposal event. Arianna has the A&E bulletin board with the latest from the Green Room and HCT, along with details on the Walk to End Alzheimer's and a trunk or treat event coming up at the Speedway. Really nice outside again today with sunny skies and a high in the upper 70s. Beautiful weather will continue with highs for the next couple days in the mid-70s before warming into the low 80s Saturday. About 20 degrees cooler on Sunday with a high only in the low 60s. After that, look for 2 more days with highs in the 60s before we reach the 70s again by the middle of next week. Overnight lows will range from the mid-40s to the mid-50s. The latest forecast is always posted for you at WHKY.com. I'm Ralph Mangum. You're watching the WHKY News.